How do you know, deep down inside you, if you're really honest, that you can move forward more to close your gap?
Years ago, I had like an enlightening experience, and for the first time in my life, I felt like very powerful and in control of my life.
Cool.
And it was because I started doing some self-development, like deep inner work. And so when I started to go to work, I suddenly became like a different person, like more positive, more energetic, and solution-oriented. And a lot of people and it affected the environment, and a lot of people they liked it, and they started to come to me asking me questions about things and
Cool.
what I'm doing, and people who are much more senior than me. And then I got excited about it, of course, but then some people didn't like it and did like certain things which made me feel, hurt at some point. And then after that, I felt like I want to really go out and share this message, because I felt like, what if every one of us has this like potential, and we don't realize it? And I experienced it, and I wanted to go and share it. So I said to myself, I want to do two things. One is like maybe write about it, and another thing is to go and speak about it. So and I said to myself, oh, okay, I want to create a blog. And I remember I was like, yeah, what should I call it? And I was looking for the perfect like name for the blog. Until one point, after like few months, it's just like, you know what? I just put my name and leadership beside it, and that's it. And I remember when I went to sleep, when I created it, without even doing anything, I just felt like flying. I felt so good by just doing it. But then after that, because I didn't feel like I was getting enough, response or like kind of reaction or attention, I kind of changed from writing stuff about self-development to just putting some quotes, like inspiring quotes. And I stopped there. So I just updated like on a weekly basis and put some inspirational quotes. And then on the speaking side, I joined Toastmasters and I started to speak and do speeches about self-development within the context of Toastmasters. And it felt so good, and it felt like, it gave me so much energy. And then I went into competitions, and I won few of them. But then, and this is my question, is I've been like all these years, a few years now, I feel like I've been avoiding just going and sharing the message in a like kind of a maybe mini like evening seminar, or like or maybe like recording a video on YouTube about it, or writing about it. I just and part of it I realize it's fear, and part of it is like I don't know, but yeah, this is kind of like for me, and I have to say I know that I'm moving in this direction.
Sure.
But I know also that there are some points you will need to jump, and I feel like should I do certain things like to jump, because now, for example, I'm changing my job to be doing more leadership development and management development, which is really working on the people who influence people. And I'm excited about this. So this is my question.
Summarize the question again.
The question is, like, I feel I still kind of holding back, and I'm not going full out.
Who,
sorry?
what, when, where, why, or how?
Sorry?
Who, what, when, where, why, how? Question. Like start a sentence. You tell me how you feel.
Yeah.
What's your question?
How could I go full out, or more like expressing myself, and my closing the gap?
Right. Good question. Great question.
And I know that I'm moving in this direction, but I think it's really slow.
Right. So how could I close the gap more, move forward more? So here's a trap that people like me can fall into very easily. It's thinking that, well, I've done this stuff in my life, so what I should do is I should make a suggestion to you, give you some advice about how you can move forward in your life and how to close your gap. But I'm not going to fall into that trap. I've done so in the past. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to ask you a question. How do you know, deep down inside you, if you're really honest, that you can move forward more to close your gap?
Because I know that I have a lot to share.
Not why. How do you know you can do it? What do you know that you could do? What do you know that you're being called to do to move forward and to close the gap? What is it that you know? If you're honest, what is it that you know you're being called to do more than you've been doing to move forward and close the gap? What is that thing specifically?
I'm sorry, I'm not getting the
Okay.
question. Yeah.
I know the questions, because you're not a native English speaker, so the questions are a little bit kind of awkward. So let's play with this for a second. I'm going to hang in there with you, and you're going to get it, and you're going to find an answer. So what I'm asking you, what I'm suggesting with my question, is that inside you know the answer of how do I move forward faster. I'm suggesting that you know the answer. And I'm actually asking you you asked me what the answer is, and I'm saying, no, I'm not going to tell you because you know what it is. And for me to tell you disempowers you. Because for me to tell you says that the way for you to close your gap is to have other people tell you how to do it. And I don't have to look at myself. You can tell me what to do and I'll do that. But I promise you, it'll take you further away. If I tell you, go do a public talk because that's what I think you should do, it's going to take you further away because you just did what I think you should do instead of you. Your way or the highway. What do you know, honestly, is the thing that you need to do that you're not doing? What is it?
Well, one of them is like doing this mini program or mini seminar or something, yeah.
Right. Tell me more about it. You can see it. Describe it to me.
Well, I even have the name of that thing. It's called Inspire Your Life.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
Yeah. And would it be an evening, a weekend? What would it be?
Well, at the beginning, it's an evening. And
It's
then
an
it
evening. How many hours is it?
It's like 2 or 3 hours. Yeah.
Cool. How many people?
25 people.
What city in the world would it be in?
It's in Basel, in Switzerland.
Basel, Switzerland. Would it be on a weekday, weekend? What day of the week?
Yeah, Thursday evening. Maybe.
If you were to stop fucking around and you were to put a date in the calendar, what date would it be on? If you were to be totally honest with yourself, what date would it be?
It will not be right now because I have.
No,
like,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I don't care if it's 10 years in the future. You tell me what's true for you. I'm not suggesting a date. I'm asking you because I know that deep down you know that that's too far and this is too close and there's a point in the middle that's right. What's that point? What's that date?
End of March.
That's you being you, man. End of March. That's you being you. This is closing the gap. Are you good for now?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So if you like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel, click the button, and also share with your friends. Share the love. Tweet it, Facebook it, Google Plus it, LinkedIn it, whatever you do, get it out there. And of course, if you really want to engage in this idea, down below in the comments, the discussion, the dialogue is where the best insights come. Challenge me, ask me questions, I will get back to you. Your ideas, your comments help me to create more videos. Finally, if you're interested in learning at all about what I do, my personal coaching for leaders, artists, musicians, sole proprietors, anybody who's a creative force in the world and creating their own things, check out my website. Also, if you're a coach and you want to learn more about my apprenticeship or learn more about how I create coaching clients, check out my website, link down below. Much love.